Here is your Golfer's Almanac for June 27th. Today is the birthday of Jamie Anderson, born James Anderson in St. Andrews, Scotland in 1842. Anderson won the Open Championship 3 years in a row, first in 1877 at Musselburgh, then Prestwick, and finally in 1879 at St. Andrews. Anderson grew up caddying at St. Andrews. His father, David, known as Da, was the greenskeeper and also sold tea and cakes from a portable cart at the Old Course. Only 4 golfers have won 3 Opens in a row. Young Tom Morris, Bob Ferguson, and Peter Thompson are the others. In 1880, as defending champion, Anderson did not compete at Musselburgh. Apparently, there was very little notice given about when the Open was to be held that year, and Anderson didn't get the memo. Anderson was related to Tip Anderson, who also grew up in St. Andrews and caddied for Arnold Palmer in the Open, winning twice, and also caddied for Tony Lima when he won in 1964 at the Old Course. Jamie Anderson died in 1905 in Fife at the age of 63. Today is the birthday of Catherine Lacoste, born in 1945 in Paris. Her mother, Simone de la Chambre, was an accomplished amateur golfer, the first non-Brit to win the British Ladies Amateur in 1927. Her father was René Lacoste, the French tennis champion and creator of the Lacoste apparel company that featured the crocodile, which was his nickname. He won the French Open, Wimbledon, and the U.S. Open. Catherine was an accomplished amateur golfer and in 1967 won the U.S. Women's Open at the Homestead in Hot Springs, Virginia. She was the first European and only the second non-American to win an LPGA major and is still the only amateur to have won the U.S. Women's Open. The next year, defending her title, she finished 13th, and this would be the last time she entered the U.S. Women's Open. In 1969, she won both the U.S. Women's Amateur and the British Ladies Amateur. She and her mother are the only mother-daughter to have both won the British Ladies Amateur. At 25, Lacoste retired from tournament golf as an amateur, never having turned professional, though she did play in a few international team competitions. Joyeux anniversaire, Catherine. Today is also the birthday of Richard Crawford, born in 1939 in El Dorado, Arkansas. He attended University of Houston and won the individual NCAA championship in 1959 and in 1960. He turned pro in 1962 and played for 12 years on the PGA Tour without a win. Happy birthday, Richard. Today is also the birthday of David Leadbetter, born in 1952 in Worthing, Sussex. After a short career on the European and South African tours, Leadbetter began instructing and coaching in the 80s. He is best known for working with Nick Faldo, along with a long list of professional golfers who have won major championships, including Ernie Els, Nick Price, Lydia Ko, and Suzanne Pedersen, to name a few. His Leadbetter Golf Academies are located throughout the world, and with 8 books so far, he has sold more than 2 million copies and is one of the best-selling golf instruction authors in the world. Happy birthday, David. And in 1924 on this day, at the Open Championship at Royal Liverpool, also known as Hoylake, Walter Hagen won the second of his 4 Open Championships, a stroke better than Ernest Wickham. This was the 5th of Hagen's 11 majors, and just 2 years earlier, when he won in 1922, Hagen became the first winner born in the United States to hoist the claret jug. Hagen sunk a 6-foot downhill putt on the 72nd hole to win in dramatic fashion. And on this day, in 1933, the Ryder Cup matches concluded with the Great Britain team winning 6.5 to 5.5 at Southport and Ainsdale in England. This was the last time the Great Britain team would win until 1957, with Captain J.H. Taylor hoisting the cup. Walter Hagen was the American team captain. All 10 of the American team members competed in the 1933 Open Championship at St. Andrews a few weeks later. 8 made the cut, and 5 of the top 6 spots were held by Americans. Then he won in a 36-hole playoff against Craig Wood. On this day in 1946, the book On Learning Golf by Percy Boomer was first published. Boomer promoted muscle memory and that repetition of the golf swing was the key to better golf. He was also early in using photography to teach golf. The book was one of the most popular instruction books of the era. On this day in 1950, at the PGA Championship at Scioto Country Club in Ohio, Chandler Harper beat Henry Williams Jr. 4-3 to win his only major. Harper was a spectacular putter who Ben Hogan called the best putter on tour. And later, Harper served as a mentor to Curtis Strange after his father passed away. Both men are from the Norfolk, Virginia area. On this day in 1999, Juli Inkster fired a final round 65 to win the LPGA Ladies Championship at DuPont Country Club. This completed Inkster's career Grand Slam. 3 weeks earlier, Inkster won the U.S. Women's Open at Old Waverly Golf Club in West Point, Mississippi. She would also defend her LPGA title championship the following year. On this day in 2021, at the LPGA Championship at Atlantic Athletic Club, Nelly Korda won her first major, 3 strokes better than Lizette Salas. Korda matched the tournament record with a 19 under par total, including a 9 under 63 in the second round. Here's a quote today from Percy Boomer. "Everything I've ever done in golf, I've had to learn to do by myself." That's it for today in golf history. Play fast, repair all the pitch marks you can find, and keep your golf ball in the short grass. Your Golfer's Almanac is a GolfToons production. It's written, produced, and narrated by me, Michael Duranko. I invite you to check out our original golf illustrations and the humor essays that accompany each of the golf cartoons. Tour Backspin is a weekly golf history newsletter that celebrates the PGA Tour in the 1960s and 70s with tie-ins to today's tour. They offer a bunch of content, contests, and other interesting bits. See the link in the show notes and subscribe.